YouTube, what's good? What's good? It's your boy Outside, Drew Outside. I know it's been a while. Hope all is well with everybody. Um, I just came back from LA last week, last Thursday night, just say Friday morning. Um, here to talk about my experience in LA and definitely talk some basketball and all that. Be right here in the cut. I went to LA for my B-Day. B-Day, just a B-Day getaway. One city to another. But LA is kind of similar to New York. Certain parts of LA, especially downtown LA. But it was an experience. I had a good time. Went to some places I've been peeping at as far as food and all. I went to this one place, this Mexican spot that's rated #1. But with all due respect, shout out to the service. Service was cool. Shout out to the owner. The owner was cool. Me and him was talking and chopping it up. But to me, the Mexican food that I had at his spot, it was okay. I'll give it a 6.5, a 7. It was alright. The rice and refried beans was good because they have meals where you get like three tacos, and you get rice and beans if you want. It's up to you. So yeah. Other than that, though, I went to called the food spot. I went to Earl's on Crenshaw. It's known for its hot dogs. He has vegan hot dogs, vegan links. I had that. That was pretty good. And I ran into a sister. If you're in a conscious community, you'll know about this sister named Zaza Ali. I ran into her at Earl's on Crenshaw. I ran into her and shit. Me and her, we had a good build. Definitely. I told her, I said, I got you on IG and all that. We'll definitely, keep tabs, follow me back and so on, Shout out to Zaza Ali. Very talkable, cool vibe, cool chick. You know what I mean? I call her a legend because, she been around. Like I said, Hold on. My fault, y'all. Something was on top of my lip. Pause. But yeah, like I said, if you're in that community, you'll know who she is. So yeah. And I went to the beach on my birthday. Actually, I went to Manhattan Beach. There's a spot. Ladies out here, pardon me, y'all. The ladies out here, man. Yeah, I went to a spot. Called Uncle Bill's Pancake House, or Uncle Bill's Pancake, something like that. Their food was official. Customer service was on deck. Word, so yeah. I went to the beach for my B-Day, and just had a good time. That's it. Just to get away from just to get away. I saw a little something different. Yeah, I know it's a city, but I said fuck it. Never been far out to the west. A couple years ago, I went to Vegas, And I went there because of an event. I had a good time at that event. Excuse me. But other than that, I said, yo, let me go to LA for my B-Day. I said, let me go to LA, see what the vibe is and all that. But yeah, so would I live in LA? No. I wouldn't live in LA due to politics. Racism against the Mexicans and blacks. I don't want to say I experienced it, but I'm gonna say this: the last day, it was a Thursday. I was in the airport, and I had got my coffee, and I had got a donut that I had got. From a spot called the Donut Man on Grand Central. Listen, whenever you in LA, I don't have it. Excuse me. No, I don't have it. Okay. Yeah. Whenever you in LA, if you go to downtown, there's a food aquarium called the Grand Central Market. They have different restaurants and so on. And there's a spot called the Donut Man. They're known for the donuts. So I had got one of the special donuts for the next day. I said when I get to the airport, I'm gonna eat this and have a cup of coffee. So I went to the, little spot in the airport where they sell coffee. I got me a coffee. So they had a little sit down area. So I asked the guy, short, old Mexican guy, I asked him, I said, sir, can I sit anywhere? He said, go to the, I can't remember how he said it. He said, please go to, go sit at the white, at the, at a, one of them tables, one of them high-rise tables, whatever, and it has the high-rise seats. But how he said it, I'm like, sir, watch your tone. Watch your tone, little man. And I said just like that, little man, because he was a little dude. Could have been about 5'1", 5'2". But just watch your tone. You know what I'm saying? So, that was an experience like, it could have happened anywhere, could have happened in Dallas, Florida, whatever, but it's little stuff like that. And I've heard numerous stories about how Mexicans treat blacks and so on. Not all, but I would say a vast majority from what I've heard and what I've seen throughout social media and so on. And talking to people throughout social media, throughout my travels in social media and so on. So, yeah. Pay rate, I believe minimum wage is 18 to 20, whatever. But the thing is, though, from what I've heard from people, it's like, okay, we got a pay raise, but it's the hours, Yeah, they'll raise it up, but they'll cut your hours. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. I'm not saying that it don't happen in New York. I don't really hear too much of stuff like that happening in New York per se, but I've heard a lot of it happens in LA. And that's why people got to work 2 to 3 jobs just to make 40 hours to 48 hours. 56 hours, whatever. Plus you need a car. It is transportation. You got the bus. You got the trains. But it's not like New York where things are 24/7. I mean, things may, after a certain time, you may have to wait a half an hour, 45 minutes, but let's say 25 to 40, 45 minutes, anywhere between there. But that's just how it is here in New York. Over there, things stop at 11:30 to 12:30 tops. As far as like transportation, public transportation. So yeah. I went to Hollywood Boulevard. Hollywood Boulevard is a strip. It's a tourist strip. And as you go further, you'll have a lot of souvenir stores, smoke shops, eateries, trucks and all that. I'm gonna tell you this, yo. When I went to that Mexican spot, I was still hungry. Like later on, I was still hungry. I still had room for like a couple tacos. I ain't gonna lie to you, So I went by a truck. on Hollywood Boulevard, and they had shrimp. So I said, let me get two shrimp tacos. Whatever comes with it, let me get that. No cheese. And it was good. And to me, it was kind of better than the spot that I went to that was rated number 1. The spot that I went to, I believe it was called it was called Barrera something or Barrera something. I can't think of, it's like 3 names. I can't think of the other 2. But it's quote unquote rated number 1. And the dude, the DJ, Big Boy, he lost a lot of weight. He had surgery some years ago. Big Boy, gave it his props. So I said, as a black man too as well, I said, if you're giving it okay, I'm gonna go there and pull up and try it out. But like I said, to me, it was all right. It was like a mid to me. The truck that I went to, 2 tacos that I had, I'll give that like a 9. I'll give it a 9. So yeah. I did a tour. Went on a bus tour. On Hollywood Boulevard. I caught it on Hollywood Boulevard. The guy, older brother, looked out. The ride was $60. And he said, yo, give me 30. He said, you a brother like me, give me 30 and so on. And I got you. I was like, all right, bet. I paid him the 30, got on it, and drove around, the expensive areas, certain areas of Hollywood, of LA, excuse me. I saw celebrity homes. I saw where they made movies, houses and areas and so on. We stopped at Beverly Hills. Took a couple pictures, took videos, and so on. Put it on my. I put it on my, on one of my personal social media pages. So yeah, but like I said, it was just the experience and having a good time. I went to the Griffith. It's an area where they have like a lot of scientific stuff. It's like a museum. And outside you can take pictures. You can see downtown LA, Hollywood, and so on. And I went to the Grove. The Grove was a shopping area, just like out here in New York. That was kind of a waste, personally. I mean, the area looked nice, the way how they got it set up, and it's kind of like closed in. It's like right next to a hotel. It's kind of like a resort. But the stores they had is like the stores they have out here. So I was kind of a waste of time going there. But like I said, I mean, let me check it out, see the vibes. I went to Crypto Arena, saw the late great Kobe Bryant statue, saw other statues of Lakers legends and so on. Took pictures, videos, and so on. So yeah, so I saw what it is. Shout out TOs. Yeah, so I went out Saturday night. I tried to go to this one spot, this one club. It was packed as hell, but the bouncer was on some other shit. And I was online for like about 20 minutes, yo. And I'm like, yo, man, I'm out. I'm telling people it's this and that, it's packed, it's capacity and all, but you just let 2 other people in. And then like minutes later, you let another couple people in, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I'm out, man. So I went up the block. This was on Sunset Boulevard. I went up the block. They had a rooftop spot. I went there, free to get in. I was there for about maybe less than like 10 minutes because they were doing karaoke. Whatever. And it was like kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like half dead, whatever. But when I was leaving, I saw a line. I saw people coming in. I'm like, damn, now people want to come. But I was like, yo, I'm out, yo. I don't always go out like that. But I saw a Nipsey mural right by the rooftop spot. Took a picture. Sent my condolences and all that. Got some bud. Just went home, man. Well, went to the hotel. So yeah, so that was it, man. I'm definitely gonna go back to LA. Definitely gonna do a round 2. I went to this spot called Dataland. I went to Dataland. It's a museum. It's like a high science type, AI type shit. Check it out, Dataland. Check it out. It's official too. It's official. I'm gonna say this: don't go there 420 up. Don't go there 420 up, yo. Let you know right now. Or any other stuff y'all be using, trust me, don't go. So yeah. Other than that though, I said I had a good time. It was alright. It's all about the experience. Just living life, that's all. So yeah, like I said, I'm definitely gonna go. There was a couple places that I wanted to go, museum-wise, but me doing my research and seeing the videos, seeing the photos, the museums that I wanted to go, you need a person to go with, like a shorty or something. So I said, so, people, kind of lost my train of thought, part of me. Cigarette smoke. Yeah, but like I said, the spots I wanted to go to, gotta bring a shorty with me. So next time when I go, definitely gonna bring a shorty. Or if I meet a shorty on social media that's already out there, once we talk and get to know each other, we definitely pull up. So let's go here, let's go there, Let's have a good time. So yeah. But like I said, that's just my take my experience about LA, California. Alright. I mean, you know, you have the hoods, the Comptons, and South Centrals. You know, I ain't go to no hood. I don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm a tourist, you know, so I ain't do all of that. So yeah. Alright, so yo, I'm about to do another video after this. Gonna talk some basketball, you know, and so on, alright? But that's just my experience about LA, California. Alright? Alright, y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Have you ever been to LA? What was your experience? Put in a comment, you know, be respectful. I'll talk back and I'll holler. Alright.